New naked bike from Harley-Davidson is a massive fail. 975 aka Streetfighter aka Bronx aka Bareknuckle Harley-Davidson is dead. Well, almost. They are trying to go all in different new ways and find a way of not being fully wiped off the planet Earth by European and Japanese manufacturers. One of Harley-Davidson's most recent ideas after introducing an electric motorcycle, which is cool and costs more than a house, is now a naked bike with a proper, safe and loud combustion engine. But let's better make it precise. With a petrol engine. If you remember, there were times when Buell, a Harley-Davidson owned company, used to build small and violent naked bikes. That eventually didn't work out and Buell was discontinued in 2009. So now there's this electric bike that was supposed to attract younger riders to choose a Harley-Davidson product. The bike is called LiveWire and I do love it, yeah. I love everything about it, from the looks, the Harley-Davidson name, to the whole idea and amazing performance of its 105 electric horses. It doesn't matter to me that it wasn't a market success, because how could it be since it is a crazy expensive Harley with no sound. It caused Harley-Davidson CEO to quit his job and actually I'm not surprised. But anyway, now we're talking about a different concept that they have come up with. It's the Streetfighter 975 or Bronx or Bareknuckle or God knows what else they will come up with, because there were a few names that they were coming up with and they were mentioning them over and over. But anyway, the fact is that it was going to have a petrol engine and 115 horsepower. This bike is supposed to do what the electric LiveWire was intended or was supposed to achieve. However, keep in mind what happened to Buell. So they announced, Harley-Davidson announced this new one that they wanted to start selling in late 2020 or 2021. And if you'd ask me what I think looking at the images and videos of this bike, well, I would tell you that I'm not really excited. And I'm wondering why Harley-Davidson chose this kind of boring design for a kind of exciting segment of motorcycles. Now, why would I say that? Look at Ducati's Diablo and X-Diablo. Just look at these two. They are two of the most awesome bikes in the world, and if Harley could build something that would compete with them, they might get a chance to get back into the game. So who wouldn't want to have a Harley-Davidson motorcycle? It is a legendary name, and every adult and every child that likes motorcycles knows that this name means respect. Not anymore if you look at their available bikes right now in 2020 or 2021. Go to Harley's website and look at all their bikes except for an awesome LiveWire. They all look like this typical Harley-Davidson motorbike, which means an old skinny grandpa that barely stands upright and needs a stick to support himself. Well, not to mention that they are just slow as hell, mostly. And they basically look lame. Let me explain. I'm sorry if you're a Harley-Davidson fan, and I know that they are about something else rather than looks that I'm talking about right now. I do get it. Even though it looks like I don't, I do. However, as a young person, which Harley claims to want to target now, and they have to or they die, so as a younger person, to me, there is no Harley-Davidson bike that I would want to have, even if I would get it as a gift. I loved the V-Rod, and I think it was one of the most exciting looking motorcycles out there. It was actually the only Harley that I could recognize on the street. The rest just, the rest consisted of just some bikes and some bikes. Can you hear that? Some bikes that I knew were Harleys, but only if I would come close enough to see the logo. So then there was this Night Rod. A Night Rod that with a proper exhaust was the freaking loudest motorcycle I have ever seen and ever heard. And really cool and badass. So these two I would consider if I would want a chopper or a cruiser and had no money limitations. But other than these two, no, I wouldn't even be able to tell you one name of any Harley motorcycle. Yeah? Back to the topic of the 975 Streetfighter or whatever it was supposed to be called. Technically, it's just a medium-sized naked with a not very powerful engine. 975 cubic centimeters V-twin and 110 or 115 horsepower. Nothing really exciting here either. So the first time I saw it, I thought that they had better come up with an idea of an adventure motorcycle to compete with BMW R1250 GS, which is loved by its owners and it earns BMW lots of money. This is BMW's most popular motorcycle, by the way. And it's not cheap at all. It's just really, really good and unique. So guess what? People at Harley thought the same, and they have actually shown us a concept of a bike called Pan America that is supposed to find its way into the adventure category somewhere in 2021. It's supposed. The thing with it is that it's the freaking ugliest creation on two wheels that has ever been created. So they chose a growing segment. They've got an engine that makes sense, 1250cc with 145 horsepower, and they totally f*** up its looks. I would run away as far as I could from this freaking monster if I just saw it. So, but perhaps it makes sense for those who get excited seeing a Harley. All right, this is a matter of taste again. So some of us like pretty women, some of us like the ugly ones. So the fact is that you won't find many really getting excited about those ugly ones. If you go to the club, you are not really interested in buying a drink an ugly lady, but rather would prefer to buy it for a pretty one, right? So usually we all agree on which are pretty and which are not, even in general. I mean general. So I would say Harley is in trouble. And if because of pan ugliness the company shuts down, then I'd say it's fully deserved. Maybe that's a bit harsh, but I thought there is hope for Harley-Davidson. Not for long though. Now, in the end of 2020, they postponed the launch of 975. It's like they've spent all the money they had on an idea that wasn't the most brilliant from the beginning, and now, after a few years, I believe around 2 years passed since they announced it, and now they realize that indeed, it's not very good, so they throw everything into the trash. Oh dear. I would say they really have some management issues, along with the design crew issues. It is highly possible that this postponed may mean totally cancelled. And Harley said that they want to focus on launching the pan ugliness in 2021. So freaking good luck with that. And next time, I suggest that Harley introduces us to their newest pink 50cc scooter that will cost as much as a freaking Ducati Panigale. Guys, I hope that you like this video and perhaps some of you do agree. I'm getting frustrated because I don't want Harley to go. But, well, with those kinds of moves, what choice do we have? And what choice do they have? What choice do we have in terms of buying their motorcycles? Why would we do that? Oh. Can't believe it. Well, they are playing an advertisement of a bike that I was very much going to criticize. It's funny. And in front of, just before my favorite YouTuber. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for more honest motorcycle videos. See you soon.